Good morning and welcome to day 4 of Vlogtober. I have a seasonal saurine bar this morning with my cup of tea. And before I started work, I had a quick glance at the comments. Look at all of your comments. On day 2, attempting to do a heart, failing. And I had to film this. Halfway through working, all the folders fell off onto me. I reorganised them. Pomodoro clock going on so I can focus for the morning, and now here we are at lunchtime. This is the same toadstool, same mushroom, fly agaric, that I filmed on Wednesday, but it's opened out. I didn't know they did that. It's changed shape and now it's flat. It's beautiful, isn't it? And a little baby one beside it. So hopefully, as long as it doesn't get eaten by something, we can check back on this next week. I've got the horse chestnuts as well. So today I thought I'd do something a bit different. Rather than just focusing in on all the close-up things, I thought I'd take you for the full walk through the woods. Got my GoPro on so that you could hear and see the sounds and sights of the woodland that I walk through every lunchtime. Unfortunately, the way the microphone picks things up, there's a couple of people walking some way behind me and they were chatting, and it sounds really loud, so you'll hear that. And also it sounds like I'm a giant with reverberating giant footsteps. Anyway, enjoy the little walk through the woods and out to the meadow. That bird that's just dived to the ground and back up again ahead of me by that puddle, that was a woodpecker. I was hoping it would come out, but it was a bit too far away for the camera to pick it up in detail. Here we are out in the meadow, a bit breezy out here, but there's always lovely skies. Now look at this weird mushroom. Looks like a sponge. There are just so many brilliant mushrooms this year. These ones, I was trying to get perspective, but it was really hard. They were the size of dinner plates. They were ginormous. These all grow by apple trees. There's an orchard in the grounds. And then just as I was on my way back to the office, I found another one. So we'll be watching this one over the coming weeks as well. And that's it, 4:30. Time to head back home. Dan, do you want to say hello? Dan's just, hang on. You say hello, then I'll start talking.
Hello.
And
then
welcome.
I'll start talking.
Oh.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Everyone says hello. Can you hear them?
Hi. Welcome.
From all over the world.
Hashtag global Dan fans.
Oh, goodness me. Right, you go away. Think about what you've done. It is 7:15, Dan has just handed me a Friday night glass of Frizzanti because I am nothing if not classy. Lidl's finest. Oh, it's not quite cold enough, but never mind. Check my new glass, by the way. I am partial to a bit of a vintage glass, and I look out for ones that I like. And I got some brilliant ones in a couple of years ago in the Petticoat Lane Emporium in Ramsgate, and 2 of them have been broken because I use them all the time, and if they get broken, so be it. But I found these in the charity shop. I got 3 of them. Aren't they cute? I like little glasses. Anyway, this is the first time I've had, it's 7:20. It's the first time I've had today to talk to you because I was running late this morning. Well, I thought I was running late this morning because it was all a bit frantic at home. But leaving later meant the traffic was better, which meant I actually ended up getting to work at exactly the same time I normally do anyway. I've had a really busy day, did have a walk at lunchtime, filmed a little bit differently, and I should have, by the time you are watching this bit of the vlog, I probably did a voiceover for that. So hopefully that was all explained about how my day's been. I did have a chance though when I got back to read through some of your comments, and I've made some notes. I've just finished editing. Oh, that's two things I wanted to say. I've just finished editing the vlog for day 3. And when I went to edit it, I realised at one point I had filmed a whole bit that I hadn't actually put the camera on for. So there's a bit of a jump, but I think it's actually a good thing because it was too long anyway. We didn't need any more of me in day 3. And the other thing is on day 2, there was a bit where I was walking in the woods and I'd put in some music and a voiceover, and I forgot to turn the music right down. So yeah, I'm annoyed with myself though, because I like to put out, even if it's daily editing, I like to put out something that's good and that is of a good standard, and it annoys me if I make silly mistakes like that. I've been doing it long enough not to make those mistakes, so I apologise for that if you didn't hear the voiceover. So I was speaking in the day 2 vlog about the problem I'm having with first of all, I have dry eyes, which is just a symptom of perimenopause. It's nothing more serious than that. I've already spoken to my GP and the optician, and I take eye drops for that. But the most recent thing is dry skin around my eyes as well. And I had said, oh, let me know if you've suffered with the same problem and what you do about it. Oh my goodness. So many comments. When I last checked, I think there were over 115 comments, and just so much information about skincare and the things that you use. And I know that different things work for different skin types and different conditions and different skin conditions and different people. It all depends, doesn't it? It depends on your age, what your skin is like. You know, I've always had very normal skin, neither dry nor oily. But Lilia, my eldest daughter, has very oily skin, so does Dan. Phoebe's a bit more like me. You know, everybody's different, and it's just so interesting to hear. I can't believe how much information, but also, and we were looking at these comments last night, the thing about the petrol cap, I had just said in an offhand remark, I think it was in one of the vlogs, we said, I don't know what side the petrol cap's on my new car. So many of you said that if you look at the petrol gauge, where you can see how much petrol's in your car, there's an arrow. And we were like, is there? I mean, we've both been driving for donkey's years, and we went out and had a look. We had a look at my car, we went and had a look at Dan's car, and it's true. If you look at where it tells you where the petrol is, and there's a little petrol sign, there's a little arrow left or right, which tells you where the petrol flap is. We were just like, how? Every time I do daily vlogs, we learn something where we're just like, it's almost impossible to learn completely new things when you're a grown up, and it happens every time I do daily vlogs. So cheers to everyone that mentioned that. But now I'm going to tell you about the comments. I just made loads of random notes, and I'm just going to go through them about the dry skin, specifically mature female skin at the time of perimenopause and menopause that I'm suffering from. So I would dearly love to reply to everybody, but there were so many comments.
I've been going through hearting them. I've been replying to as many as I can, but just from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being so thoughtful and enthusiastic and helpful with your comments. I just love it. I just love it. It's like having a really big noisy room all together with someone. Oh no, hang on, I've got an idea. Oh, I tried that once, but what about this? Oh, I saw this. And it's just brilliant. I can actually hear you in my head. I hear voices. Right, let's begin. Yvonne mentioned boots, glycerin and rose water. So I am going to pop to Boots tomorrow to have a look for that. Trish mentioned Liz Earle Super Balm, which I googled but is discontinued, but that led me to finding Trilogy Everything Balm, which apparently is quite a good alternative. And then I found the Trilogy products are available at Holland & Barrett, which so many of you mentioned as a place to go to look for rose water and so on, and found that all of the Trilogy products at Holland & Barrett are currently 25% off online. It's one of my favourite shops, Holland & Barrett. I love it, and they really train their staff well to give you good advice when you're in there as well. At least that's my experience in my local one. But I've never been able to find rose water there. So many good products there. Also in that same offer, that 25% off offer at Holland & Barrett online is the Bowman's Skin Salvation Cream, which Hayley mentioned. Victoria mentioned Wild Mint Cosmetics, which is vegan and natural, and she says it smells amazing. You can get that online. Lovely Joe P mentioned from Amazon the Balanced Way Rose Water. Somebody else mentioned something that she got from Amazon. Where is it? Oh, Irene Westrop mentioned Altea Organic Rose Water from Amazon, and actually I've got that in my basket because I liked the price of that and I liked the reviews. So thank you for that. Right, what else? Quite a lot of you recommending oils for cleansing. Someone said do not fear the oil as a way for cleansing, but also a lot of you have said that coconut oil is really, really good for removing makeup, which is really interesting. I've made a note of 2 names, but there was definitely more than 2 people, Fleur and Tiffany. I love coconut oil. I use it all the time. I rub it into my nails, I put it on dry skin, I put it on my elbows. I love the smell of it. Sometimes I put it in the bath, so I've got a bit of oil in the bath. I put it on my face when it's particularly dry, but I've never tried to use it to remove makeup. I've worn a tiny amount today, literally just mascara. So I'm going to give that a go later and see how that works, because if I could use coconut oil for removing makeup, I'd be delighted. A lot of people also mentioned using baby shampoo as a face wash because it's so gentle, and I love that idea too. Nancy recommended chamomile cleanser from the Body Shop. A couple of people actually mentioned this. I think she said her daughter used it, and also the CeraVe General Moisturiser, not the facial one, for around the eyes. Michelle mentioned Holland & Barrett for Dr. Organic Manila Honey Cream. No, it's not Manila, is it? Manuka. It's my spell check changed it to Manila. Manuka Honey Cream for dry skin around the eyes. And then Sue, lovely Sue Dale, mentioned Hamamelis water, which is basically distilled witch hazel, and I got some on the way home. So what happened with this one was she said it was really cheap and cheerful, literally a couple of quid. This was £3.25. I went to have a look on the Boots website, and there was tons and tons of brilliant reviews, and most of them were saying, oh my goodness, why has this been discontinued? Please bring it back. I've been using it for 30 years. I love it, blah, 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 blah. And they obviously discontinued it at some point and have brought it back. So I stopped at Boots on my way home and got some. So it's distilled witch hazel, relieves the discomfort of bruises, sprains, minor skin irritation, rough or sore, unbroken skin. So I got some of this to try out. Smell it. It looks like TCP. And it smells lovely. It smells very inoffensive. So yeah, I've got some of that for £3 worth a go. And if I don't use it for my face, then I've got something that helps with bruising and minor skin irritations. What else? A few people mentioned Vaseline. Big believer in Vaseline as well. I've also got a few tubes of lanolin, which is I like even more. Ginny mentioned Neil's Yard rose water, which apparently you can get a Waitrose. There is a Waitrose near to where Phoebe goes to drama school, so I might pop in there tomorrow if I'm feeling a bit posh. Oh, and Brittany asked a question and I just wrote it down, and it was, do I listen to audiobooks sped up? And the answer is no. I always listen to my audiobooks at just normal speed. Yeah. I haven't got a very comprehensive list of Vlogtoberers yet, but I have noticed that Suzanne, my lovely friend Suzanne at Green Lampkin Yarn, is doing Vlogtober. I don't know why I didn't think of that, because of course she is, because she loves this time of year. And my equally lovely friend Becky at Batter Blighty is doing Vlogtober as well. She doesn't always do them every day, she does them every couple of days or every 3 or 4 days. Oh, I'm just so happy about this. Happy Little Yarn I mentioned before. And then I had a comment from Leanne and Liz at Cocktail Hour at the Coop. They live on a farm and they have, what did they say they had? Alpacas or llamas? I think it was alpacas. And they're big into fibre and everything. And I was just like, well, that's me sold. I'll be watching that tomorrow. And yeah, so I know those are the 4 I know. Keep telling me if you know any more. And seriously, get into the comments for day 3 and have a look at all of the advice and the skincare stuff. It is absolutely brilliant. Okay, it's pizza night. Friday night is pizza night. We usually watch a film. We'll see if Phoebe's in the mood for that. She's getting a bit older now. Sometimes she just wants to go and do something else. If so, Dan and I will catch up on Only Murders in the Building, which we love and adore. We caught up on Bake Off last night. Really good year this year for Bake Off. It feels a bit like the contestants are interesting and fun, and they all seem to be really artistic with their finishing and things, which I think has been lacking for the last couple of years. So we've been really enjoying that. And there's also been a bit more classic stuff as well, like Battenberg and the Viscount biscuits, which they didn't call Viscount biscuits, and so on. So yeah, we've been enjoying it. It's great telly at this time of year, isn't it? That didn't last long, did it? I'm trying a different angle. I've tried to defocus the background. I'm not sure how defocused it is because it's really messy. In particular, there's a pile here, stuff for the charity shop that I didn't manage to drop off the other day that we put in Dan's car because I had to take a load of girls to football yesterday, and now it had to come out of Dan's car because he had to take a load of girls home from football yesterday. There's a cat in the background here that we don't have. I started getting emails. I get a lot of emails for random things, for like sponsorship offers and stuff, and like literally all of them I turned down bar the odd one that I really, really like. And I've started getting one from a cat food company. We don't have a cat. The other one I get the most for is glasses as well, and I don't wear glasses. Anyway, I'm just coming on to say goodnight. We started watching The House with Clocks in Its Walls, the Jack Black film.
House with
A Clock in Its Walls. We've seen it before and we enjoyed it, but none of us were in the mood for it, so we watched something else. And now Phoebe's gone off to get ready for bed, and Dan and I are going to watch the latest episode from Only Murders in the Building, which we're very excited
Season
about.
4.
I took my makeup off with coconut oil.
A chisel.
No, with coconut oil, and I do wear waterproof mascara, and it worked really well. What I did was I just used the oil, and then I got a really nice warm face cloth and just went over my skin. Then I just put a bit of the witch hazel on my skin, and I've just put a tiny bit of E45 on. I'll put my actual moisturiser on. Sorry, the light's so bad it's not staying focused. My actual moisturiser on when I go to bed. So thank you for all the help and advice. It's a continued experiment and I will let you know how I get on throughout the month. I'm going to shut up and I will see you tomorrow for Saturday. Dan and I will hopefully have a date night tomorrow.
Lucky us!
Lucky us. See you then. Bye.
Bye!